So, hello, I'm David from Green Man Gaming. I'm joined by
Cameron Small
and James Robotham,
who are making part of the team behind the Black Death, and we're showing off some brand new stuff today. So we're going to look briefly at some new classes, I believe.
Yeah, so we're early access launching with 6 classes. 3 were already mentioned previously: militia, merchant, and the peasant. The advanced classes, which are locked through the previous ones, will be the blacksmith, who is kind of like specializing in repairing weapons, and he's got a higher level of crafting abilities, such as weaponry and armor, very blacksmith themed kind of recipes. The monk is kind of like treating the infection in the best possible way they can.
So kind of closer to a bit of a healer class.
You could argue that. I mean, the infection in our game is something that's very hard to cope with. It's
it's a permanent infection.
Yeah, but you can prevent it from getting it in the first place. So the monk is that kind of class who specializes in those remedies.
You really want that monk around you when you're going to those darker areas.
I mean, it's medieval life, so these remedies are a little bit
archaic.
Archaic. And then the last class is the hunter, who's like specializes in getting as much resources from animals and the forest, living in a forest.
Real good at a bow and arrow.
Yeah, he's quite a nice survival experience. Yeah. He's adhered to that kind of thing.
Yeah. His specialism is traps.
Yeah, so he can lay traps. Yeah, so most items in our game have like 3 kind of like types, like crude, standard, and greater quality and quality. And traps is the same thing. There's a crude trap that you trap like a rat or something.
Basic snare.
Yeah, listening to thing. A standard one you get like a deer, big one, and the greater ones can actually hurt players. So
okay, right.
A lot of fun to be had there, can you imagine? So yeah, that's so for today we're gonna show some more merchant stuff.
Awesome.
It's a nice little new feature, a randomized name.
Sometimes I like naming my characters after food. So when I was playing yesterday, I called my character Biscuit Barrel.
So yeah,
so you just pick a.
So yeah, we'll pick merchant
and
we'll randomize a Uric Mowbray.
That's a good
cool.
medieval name.
So yeah, we'll enter in. So yeah, as mentioned before, a merchant is a crafting specialist, and he's a precursor to the blacksmith, and and a little bit of the monk as well, like the crafting specialist. We've started kind of near the capital city.
Okay.
Kind of want to show a little bit more of this area off. It's probably the densest populated area. It's also the safest, depending on your server.
There's a lot of guards walking around.
Yeah, a lot of guards walking around.
Scaring all the people off with his hanging body here.
Yeah, there's some bandits in the outskirts that are hanging guards to make their point, so if you see a hanging body, probably a bandit around the corner. But yeah, so a nice thing about our game is we have some procedural loot scattered around.
Fab.
You'll notice like there's some sticks and stones lying on the ground to get you started. Start crafting those crude knives and selling them in the market or whatever you want to do with those.
Kind of really get going on that. I think for every player there's that element of kind of picking stuff up and start crafting, and especially with a merchant player you need to start selling your wares and get a little bit of money.
And as mentioned before, everything has value, so some things decrease in value. If you get a stick and you turn it into something rubbish, it's going to go down in value. So
I want that stick. It's a lot better.
I don't want a stone. You've turned it into powder or something like that. So yeah, obviously, the merchant's great for sometimes obviously improving the value of the item. So yeah, outskirts generally filled with sticks and stones. You want to go deeper into land to get stuff like iron and gold. We're trying to theme the areas and the resources around them. So
we have a mine, for example.
Yeah.
So you're going to get more stone, more sort of iron materials out there.
You could even specialize in what sort of items you're picking up. You could be the iron specialist if
you
want.
Yeah, that's the beauty of our skill tree. You notice right now in the bottom right, he's got a skill point from gathering. You get XP from anything. If you can get XP
so you don't have to kill to level up.
You can have a good life, living
off the land.
So yeah, right now we're just kind of going to start building our first kind of pickaxe, traditional survival.
And start going out mining.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, like there's only like stone around here, but we're going to require pickaxe to get that first. So we're going to need right now, as you see, when you first start, the crafting list is fairly small. The skill tree enables more recipes later on. But at the moment, we're going to do a crude pickaxe. So we need 2 stone and 2 stick and 1 stone.
So we've got some sticks there.
Just
Just need to pick up some
Let's get some of the stone.
And when you level up as well, you'll be able to have the ability to kind of craft more advanced things. So we can see we can get the crude stuff right away. And then once we kind of level up and get more points, we can start crafting more.
Yeah, standard and greater pickaxes and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I think that's, yeah, there you go. Not too bad, not too shabby.
We've got a couple of stones now.
Cool, so yeah, this is the crafting page here. Yeah, we'll go for a pickaxe. Yeah, the more basic the recipe, the faster it is to craft. Some things we'll show you later on require utilities, things like grinding wheels and anvils and things like that. I think we walked past some stone deposits. Oh, we got an iron one. We got lucky. So kind of got a bit of a color-coded system going on with the resources. So iron is kind of a brownie tinge, usable stone. We got the brittle stone that guy's poorly attempting that AI is trying to get out of there. He's not going to get much out of that. But this stone's a little bit sturdier for making tools, or if you don't want to pick up from the land, you can get almost sometimes 7 bits of ore from a single deposit. So pickaxe is beneficial to just straight up foraging from the ground, so to speak. So yeah, get some mine door. It's got a good value. Start our merchant trading life. Is that
on the hill?
that was a cow over there. Yeah, we've got a good animal population.
Yep. So certainly hunt lots of deers if you man's after some money from you.
Yeah, not today though. We've got some outer guards, and we've got some guys that are being punished.
So one question that did come up in the Steam community was, can you put people in the stocks?
Yeah, well, you can certainly use a stock and put yourself in it. It's up for the players to get creative and force other players into doing it. Yeah.
So here we're seeing some of the utilities. So we have a workbench, anvil, and a grinding stone here.
Yeah. So the grinding stones, the grinding wheel is good for sharpening stone into that kind of sharpened kind of. We have some stone knives and things like that. Very basic things. Shows you in the top left the icon there.
Oh, so we can see we've got a grinding stone icon on the top left there, and that kind of gives us access to a few more things to make.
So yeah, we're good, that's a good example.
Okay, so yes, we can see the kind of required utility here.
Yeah,
so if we want to cook that meat, we need fire.
Yeah. At the moment we're making very crude weaponry. You don't require any utilities early in life.
If you want to make more advanced stuff, you're going to need kind of
we'll turn some iron ore into some ingots as a good example. So if we head to the little tiny market on the left there behind the tavern.
So here we're inside the capital city, which we saw in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
Kind of plague.
This is an example of the safer zones in the game. And this is a small kind of market. So yeah, this is kind of like a little tiny shopping area for blacksmiths and blacksmiths to operate. He's got another usable anvil behind him, and there's a furnace there. Don't know if you want to approach the furnace. Sure.
The lighting is a little.
This is a little extreme at the moment.
They should just fix that, but hopefully that'll be ready for launch. So yeah, furnace icons come up. So if we access our inventory, realize we don't have a recipe for it yet, so it's something we still have to learn. Yeah. So it's a good time to show the skill tree. So pressing L brings up the. So the first skill we have is a novice material maker.
So it gives you access to make we can see in the corner here we can craft leather, cloth, and make iron ingots as well.
Yeah, it's just basically you learn the skill to use the utility. Straight up, no one born to know how to use it. A furnace or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll use those skills we've used. There you go. And
so now we can actually start using this furnace.
Yeah. And now our recipe list is extended to cloth, leather, and ingots. Ingot for some reason requires an anvil. Currently a bug. We'll fix that. There's an anvil behind you, which is all good.
So we don't have to travel too far.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. That's ready to go and craft that. Current value, 5 gold, goes up to 10.
We can sell that for quite a lot of money.
We've got a couple of ingots out of that as well.
Straight away, we're on the way to making money.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because we're a trader, our weight capacity, strength is a little bit low, so we're already hitting quite high in the weight.
Quite high in the encumbrance area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So early game is quite good because you're not running around too much anyway, so not too much of a target, so to speak, as well. So we can go ahead to the stalls and sell that.
And the merchant's unique ability is to use themselves as a unique shop. So immediately they can set up a shop in the town, and people can come up and start purchasing stuff.
So yeah,
right
you
away.
literally can become a store yourself, which is the access to the skill button. So yeah, we can set up behind one of these stalls and just start selling that ignite ourselves. There might be some blacksmith rolling around that needs some ignites for their mace building, whatever they're doing in there. So yeah, we can go ahead. Maybe we'll sell. We jump to we'll show some combat improvements. Why not?
Yeah, here is the arena. So there's no guards here. You can fight in peace.
You're safe to duke it out, so to speak.
Test your combat skills.
We're a trader, so it's not wise for us to hang around here too much. There's a militia guy here already. The perfect class for
fighting,
sparring.
Merchant v militia. And everyone's just piling in now.
We're showing, as you see, we're showing actually the emote system, which is actually unique to each class. So the traders' emotes are quite grand and
flamboyant. They're trying to get people to come and buy stuff. And you can see that militia one there is very kind of a bit aggressive, especially he's got a weapon out as well.
Yeah. So when you have a sword out,
surrender.
when you have a sword out, the emotes change into something more orientated around the weapon.
Yeah.
You want to have that grand Braveheart moment,
just shaking your sword in the air.
So there's a few tweaks to the combat system since we showed it in the militia trailer. Stances are now mapped to the key. So if you, for instance, we're in top left pose, stance, and you attack, you can stay in that stance.
And that's kind of tied to the left stick now, so the left mouse button. So you stay in there, and you see like someone's kind of like wailing away on the right thing. You can try to get in and jab them.
Work that opening. So that's a good way to get around the parry system. So if someone's in the correct stance, they'll parry it, and if they're not, you can get to the opening and then abuse it. So we'll have a little go in this militia guy here. Cheeky hit from behind.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. We also have heavy attacks in, so the longer you hold the attack for, the greater the damage does, but obviously the greater stamina cost. So we don't want to be left too knackered because you're exposed.
If someone's kind of real low down their health, you can just kind of get a real heavy hit in them right away.
Right now we're switching between stances. This is a good way to get around the parrying.
So the middle mouse button can take you to that lower stance.
Yeah, the middle mouse button is the low stance.
Yeah.
Right click is to right, left click is. What's that guy's got no stamina? He's open. Oh, he didn't like any of that. He's off.
Oh, he's had enough. He's just
he's
out
leaving
there.
the arena. He's had enough.
Which is certainly a valid option. If you if you accidentally end up in there, you can just leg it and
back
run.
to the guards. I think.
Yeah. back in relative safety.
Yeah.
So let's. You've put in a sort of a crime system in the game, so let's get out of the arena and
let's this guy on the right here. He's got his hands up. He doesn't have a weapon out, so we're gonna murder him. We'll show what happens here. So once if you do slay a character who has no weapon out, it will log that you
committed a crime.
We were a merchant. We're getting knackered before we could kill him. Not the fittest fellow, but yeah, proves the point. Yeah, crime committed. Guards
he's
are
a salesman, not an athlete.
Yeah, and guards are going to be a little bit more aggressive towards you now. They're going to see you and be like, "Hey,"
they chase after you.
Yeah. So we're going to leave now after that. But he was in the arena, so it was fair game.
Yeah, it's fair.
So yeah, we're going to show a new area, I think. The harbour, which kind of like focused around trading by the sea. Things like fish, that's sort of materials, fishing rods and things like that. We did show in the merchant trailer the beach, which has some of the same kind of vibes, but the harbour city is obviously...
Is it really like a big port type?
Yeah, you can
place.
live there, that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
You can live that sea, like fisherman life. Merchants that are focused on crafting, that kind of stuff. We're going to do really well there. So we're working quite hard the past few weeks up to early access for performance. It's a big importance to us to ship even in early access with decent kind of frame rate. So we're looking for a good like minimum 30 on epic settings, on a very low end rig. So currently we're running on a medium rig and it's a good smooth 50 to 60.
Yeah.
Obviously there's going to be a little bit of jittering inside Startown if your rig isn't quite up to spec.
Yeah. Especially in those really detailed areas,
yeah,
I think we're going to expect.
But yeah, it's directly to live in. So if it's not directly to live in card, you're going to get kicked a little bit there. But generally, it's running pretty smooth.
Yeah, something that's working well, and something that we're going to continue working on.
Yeah.
As we go through.
So we're a good solid base. We're going to keep chipping away, make sure our features are all smooth as possible.
We're making that water look nice now.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That was a little.
Well, we didn't see that.
Yeah, and we're constantly checking the Steam discussion. Some guy mentioned the water wasn't looking too great,
that's
so we fixed it.
Yeah, it's looking nice now.
We got refraction and stuff in the water reflecting and things like that. So yeah, we're always very active.
I like that sand. It looks like some good quality sand.
Yeah, nice British, moist, bad weather sand. Yeah. So yeah, now we're approaching
harbour here.
The harbour city here.
So here we are at the harbour. I like that destroyed boat there, or half-built boat, I should say.
In progress, some would call it.
In progress build.
Currently, there's no ship travelling. It's something we have planned later on, but this would be the location for that kind of activity in the future. And yeah, this is the only place you can live by the sea, the buyable houses and things like that. So if you are a fisherman by trade, this is the place to be. Loot is good around here too. Fish, like I mentioned, fish is the best. Lots of traders around here, good population. Houses are fairly cheap, not too bad. Good start houses, I'd say. Guards are rare, though.
So this is a bit of a risky place to live.
Yeah, but thieves are going to be around.
The rough end of town.
Thieves stealing those fish are going to be around. That's to say.
But yeah, nice and cheap.
Nice and cheap, though.
That's a nice looking ship there.
Yeah. Oh, is it? We've got a monk over in the distance over there.
Just arrived.
Just arrived in the galley. Yeah.
Welcome to the Black Death, son.
I think monk's actually, if he's chance for him, you have your unique animations per class that we mentioned. So he's all like got a nice monk haircut as well.
Yeah. He's having none of it.
Someone trying to commit murder on that monk there. I think he's angered him somehow. Back.
It's a nice greeting as soon as you get
here. Like I said, dangerous area.
Welcome to the Black Death. We'll take your life.
Best to lock your doors around here.
So one question that did come up in the Steam community would be, if you purchase a house, can people come in and steal your stuff?
If you don't lock your door, your chest is free.
It's all down to you to actually lock your abode up.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you should be relatively fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, then it's easy pickings for other people. Fab. Right. Well, that is another look at the Black Death as it stands at the moment. The game is launching on the 19th of April. And we're going to be at Res as well. So swing by and hang out and play this version of the game.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.